I worked at a church once just up the hill from the site of one of the largest slave markets in the country. Now, in the days of slavery, these people would worship God every Sunday within earshot of a market where human beings were being humiliated, beaten, and bought and sold like animals. And I always wondered, how is it possible that in those days you could dress up in your Sunday best and listen to stories in Scripture that are so obviously about love and care for one another and completely ignore the atrocities going on just down the hill? How could they hear stories like the Good Samaritan, which is read in most mainline churches this Sunday, and ignore their own complicity in the shameful, wretched dehumanizing of God's people? Because they didn't consider enslaved people human. The Good Samaritan story is about a beaten man left for dead in a ditch, and a priest and a Levite, people of significant power, walk past him on the other side of the road, while a Samaritan, a man from the class of people considered foreign and religiously unclean, of mixed ethnicity, that man stops and helps the beaten man in the ditch. And this is what loving your neighbor looks like, according to Jesus. Why did the priest and the Levite walk past the man? Because maybe they knew they were complicit in his beating and they didn't want to see the results of it. What if they knew that his beating was a result of a society they benefited from and they didn't want to actually see what reality looks like? Or what if they just thought they were better than that poor man, thought he was an animal? This is how the powerful can just walk by the poor and the beaten. This is why people can cheer on alligator Alcatraz and illegal imprisonment and illegal deportations, because they don't really think immigrants are human. The unintended consequence of dehumanizing other people, though, is that you dehumanize yourself. Their bodies might have been on the road, but the souls of the priest and the Levite and all those who dehumanize God's children are in the ditch. And ironically, the only way out is through the foreigner, by letting their humanity blossom in your heart and seeing them as human for the first time. If we don't do that, we're just putting on our Sunday best and going to a church on a hill above a slave market. I love you, all of you, and I'll see you out there.